That's right, folks. Vaping Newbie's pissed, and this is a rant. Okay, I'm stoked. This is going to be a rant. I got some new gear that I had made today. So again, I want to give a shout out to Joe. Joe developed my intro music, the whole intro video, and came out with a logo. So here we go. My new logo. So thank you very much, Joe. And this was done completely accidentally. Today, before I left the house, I had to drive my daughter somewhere. And before I left the house, and I'm not going to be talking product. So if you're here to look at a product, no. But you're going to have a lot of fun because I'm going off my freaking rocker. I had to drive my daughter somewhere, and I dropped her off, and I was driving to leave the strip mall. She was going out for lunch and a movie. And I passed a flea market, and I thought, oh, and there's a big sign, e-cigarette sign. Cool, what's that? Parked the car, and I went in. And there was this really nicely laid out, nicely presented counter, and a gentleman standing at the counter. And it was all Newbie gear. And I thought, struck me right away, I thought, I like this. Because he's not going to intimidate anybody by trying to sell stuff that might be too high-end. He's trying to meet the person that's just making the transition from smoking to vaping. And I really appreciated that. From that point, it nearly went to hell in a handbasket. And this is why. And here is my rant. It all segues together. You gotta kind of keep track of this one. I was talking about the e-juice he sells. He only sells one line, and I'm not going to name the brand. I don't like it. I've actually never really met anybody that did. And so please do not post what brand it is, okay? I don't want to put anybody down. But the fact of the matter is, the first thing that struck my mind was, wait a minute, you're hoping to get people to go from smoking to vaping with a terrible juice within, days. They're going to say this tastes like crap. They're back on cigarettes. How do I know this? Because it happened to me. This I speak from experience. When I started vaping in January 2014, I bought a kit at a local shop here in Montreal, and I bought a bottle of their juice, a tobacco flavor. I did taste the tobacco. That wasn't the issue. The issue was the chemical taste that kept going. Well, I thought, what the hell? This is what vaping is. But I really didn't like it. I bought it on a Friday night, and by Monday, Tuesday, I was getting pretty sick and tired of the taste. On the Wednesday, I went back to the same shop because I didn't know of any others here in Montreal. I was brand new, and walked into the shop, bought 2 different flavors, tried those. They were crap. I'm thinking, you know what? I'm paying like $16 a bottle for this stuff, and I'm chucking it. It's terrible. I was going to go back to smoking, and then I went on and I Googled e-juice and met Maple Leaf Vapes. And that was my sojourn. And here's the segue into it. Had this gentleman done any kind of internet research like I did, and I don't own a shop, he would have seen that there is a plethora of juice possibilities out there. And before you stock your whole shop or counter with one juice, you really want to try it. So my question to him was, do you like it? His answer was, I don't vape. I don't vape? You're running a vape counter. You haven't tried the juice. And it's more, you see, this is what pisses me off. It's more about making money. It's about helping people. If you make a few bucks in the process, great. But first and foremost, get the transition going. This is where, in my opinion, social media helped. It helped me. Bear with me a second, folks. This ain't going to be too long. When I started vaping, before I bought my first thing, before I bought that, I went online and I joined a group called Whacked Out. It's up here in Canada. It's a forum. I believe in the States they have one called ECF. Anyhow, I went on there and I just started reading what people were saying. And I asked a few questions and I got some really good responses. And I had my Maple Leaf juice. I was very happy with that. And there was a contest on Whacked Out. This woman put up 3 bottles of juice in a contest. I entered the contest and I won. First contest in vaping, I won something. And that is how I met Sadie from Evaporated. And again, good juice. I'm thinking, well, wow, what have I been missing out on? So I decided, well, where is, for me at my age, back then 54, where is a good place that I can congregate with people? Facebook. I was on anyhow. I was there to play games and hook up with high school friends because I haven't been to high school in a couple of years. Oh, damn, I just gave away my age anyhow, so it doesn't matter. Um, so I plugged in a search for vaping and found a couple of groups and joined and was reading some of it and was kind of like, ooh, I don't like some of the answers. They're treating people like crap in some of these uh, Facebook pages. And then midsummer, I decided, well, you know what? I want to sort of take off the shackles and be where everybody can learn something. And I started a vaping group called Vaping Newbies. Now, I've since retired from that, and that for my own reasons. But that's not what this is about. The fact of the matter is, Vaping Newbies, the Facebook page, and it'll be the one link that I'll put down below, is still the best Facebook page in Canada. And it has exploded internationally. They have some of the fantastic vendors that some do ship internationally, some are based in Canada. But the most important part is, and what was my goal when I started it was the support. And it's not just vaping support, but if you're just starting out and you need some information, you want to have a place to go, and this is it. I know I speak to people that hate Facebook. Yeah, I don't have to share a post to tell my daughter I love her. She knows. Hell, I drove her to her lunch and movie today. But if I have a problem or I have a product that I'd like to try, damn fine thing to post it where I'm not going to get ridiculed and I'm not going to be put down. If you're new and you want to upgrade from something like this, but you don't know which way to go, you post that. You probably get about 1,000 answers. I used to say, uh-oh, and run away. But the fact of the matter is, that's the kind of support that you're going to get from a Facebook group. So that is my tie-in. And that's all I'm going to say about Vaping Newbies. Again, you want to look them up if they're a closed group, so you have to ask to join. And they will check you. If you do not have any kind of vaping thing in your Facebook, they may not let you in. So have a picture or two, or something that they can lock and say, yes, this is a vapor. The reason why this is important, and the reason why I want to do this rant is, again, if we go back to the counter I was at, what right does this guy have, who doesn't vape, that doesn't taste the flavors, to represent us as a community? We're having enough trouble as it is. When we get a conversion, when a person goes from smoking cigarettes to vaping, we want to hold that person and make sure that they don't fall back. People, we see it all the time, especially on Facebook. Ooh, I fell off the wagon, I had a cigarette. That's okay. It's okay. It'll happen. The fact of the matter is, it's not the cigarette you had, it's how many you didn't have over the last little while. Regardless, if you're doing half and half or 3/4, 1/4, however you want to divvy it up, if you're not smoking, you're doing yourself some good. Okay? Now, having said that, when this guy is putting together this crappy juice, and again, my opinion, crappy juice to sell to somebody and hope that they're going to hook them in, are they doing us any favors? So I'm standing, and I gave him names of some vendors here in Canada that might be able to supply him some good juices. So you don't have one line of juice. Keep the line, but add in some other juices, and you may be surprised. And then those people, I was talking to a gentleman, because I can never, mind my own business. I was talking to a gentleman that was looking for dill pickle. And we started talking and just chatting away. And I said, well, here, this is a vape I'm using. It's a group, it's a flavor. I have it right here. And that's from vapeme.net. And again, Mike and Alice from VapeMe have a wonderful product. It's a very tasty juice. And again, I want to thank them so much for their support. And it's not fair. I don't mean to single out anybody, but that was the juice. And he says, oh, it smells really good. And I just turned around, turned my back to the guy, and go to vapeme.net, and you might find a juice you like in there. That's the difference. If you're going to open up that shop, you want to do that. Again, how does this all tie in together? When I started, I didn't know about all of this juice. It is there. It exists. By using Google, by using Facebook, you meet some really great people that are dear to me, almost family, and I call them family. When I call them bro, I really mean that. That will then go and help. and say, oh, did you try this juice or did you try this kit? Jason said, hey, you got to try this tank. So I bought it. He's damn right. It's a great tank. I love it. Mario, who's probably the closest person to me, both physically or geographically at least. Shouldn't say physically, right, Mario? Geographically, and we chat all the time. He's about 45 minutes away. I know I can go out there, shoot the shit. He's the one that told me about the SX Mini. I really didn't know too much about it, and then asked other people. So you see, that's community. That's what we should be. We're fighting governments right now. We're fighting assholes that are calling us, oh, what are you smoking, dope? No, you're the dope. We're just trying to stop, from dying. Thank you. And we have some fantastic people like Demetrius that's, heading our fight. Here we have a new up here in Canada, a new association that's trying to fight for our rights. And I apologize, I can't think of the name, but I'm going to get it. I'll post it down below as well. So that'll be 2 links down below. And they're fighting for us. I thank you. And that's all because the internet. If I didn't know what to buy, I can go to Phil Bissardo and Grim Green. And these guys are pros at what they do. I'm no pro. I do it because I enjoy doing it. I do it because I've heard it helps people, and people ask me to do it. But these guys are pros. They're going to take you from A to Z. So, again, internet. It all ties in. Internet, social media, to me, it's a necessity in the vaping community. There's an outreach. You might find a shop right down the street you didn't even know existed. Because of Facebook, 20 minutes away from me is a vaporist. That's a shop that's a pillar here in Montreal. I didn't even know there was one in my city because I spotted it on Facebook. I went, whoa, where did I go next? Bam, I was there in a heartbeat. So you see, that's what it does. So I hope this makes some kind of sense to you. I want to really get this off my chest because it's been ticking me off. And then the guy today just sort of triggered it. And if you're not on Facebook, you don't have to go in and post, oh, my penis hurts. And you don't have to do anything like that. You can get on, you can create whatever name you have, but get involved in a community on Facebook. You can learn a hell of a lot, or if you know a hell of a lot, you might be able to help somebody that needs it, and that's the most important part. Folks, I love spending time with you. Thanks for dropping in. Stay healthy and happy vaping. Take care now.